So is Ozempic really causing osteoporosis and sarcopenia? Well, my opinion is sarcopenia. We'll find out. I guess we'll get some of these questions answered, at least not probably not all of them, but some of these questions answered in this video. My name is Shane. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition coach. I help busy women kind of simplify nutrition, making sure that they're educated when it comes to health and fitness so they can make better informed decisions. Now, I'd love to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help me out. My subscribers so far, thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm gonna keep the content coming the best that I possibly can. Thank you so much, and let's watch this video.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Your Health with Dr. Christy. My name is Dr. Christy Reisinger, and today I'm going to speak to the myth that Ozempic causes osteoporosis. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the video of that precious woman talking about her experience with Ozempic, using it for a year, and then realizing that she has developed osteoporosis.
I'm not trying to cut her off, but I don't think, me personally, I don't think Ozempic causes it. It's, I think, a byproduct or, yeah, byproduct of using Ozempic. But hopefully she explains it. Dr. Reisinger explains it really well.
Let me speak to a few things. I don't know her personally. I don't know her past medical history, but I'm going to clarify a few things and dispel a few myths and misinformation. I'm going to speak to you as though I'm speaking to someone in my office. So here goes. Osteoporosis, thinning of the bones to the point at which you are at a greater risk for fracture, especially fracture of the vertebral bones, which are the big bones in the spine, or fracture of the hip. And it really becomes a huge deal for women after menopause. Having a low BMI increases your risk for osteoporosis. A family history also increases your risk for osteoporosis. We normally don't see it until women are much older, at least beyond menopause. There has been some data that has said the GLP-1 medications, which include Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and Zepbound, are possibly protective on bone health, meaning that they help prevent the thinning of bones, but I don't think there's a whole lot of data on that yet. I do know that rapid weight loss can contribute to the risk of bone loss, leading to osteoporosis. So if you are on a GLP-1 medication and you're rapidly titrating up, meaning that every month your doctor or whoever you're getting it from is going up on the medication without taking into consideration how much weight you're losing, that is a red flag.
I'm happy she's saying that, but I kind of want to touch on these four things, unless she has a fifth one. I don't know if she has a fifth one, but low BMI, meaning you're pretty much underweight. BMI, first of all, so 1920. Yes, 1920. We're in 2025 now. So it takes your height and weight and it spits out a number. That is particularly just for people that don't work out or do anything active, because your muscle mass is pretty much non-existent, and your bone mass is pretty much, not there. It's not thick. So somebody that works out has more muscle mass and more bone mass, so they can actually weigh heavier than these, according to these numbers. Now, family history, I think family history is more of like, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but I think this with family history is probably family history of inactivity or of maybe being overweight or something like that. I like to use the word overweight. Me personally, I don't like to use the F word, FAT, because I was called that many, many times in my younger years. But anyway, I digress. So postmenopausal, yes, I think that definitely could happen because of the fact that things are changing, estrogen is dropping, those kind of things, and rapid weight loss. Most likely rapid weight loss, you're losing muscle mass and you're losing body fat, hopefully. But majority of the time you lose more muscle mass than body fat in the first initial days of whatever, the weight loss. And what's interesting is the fact that strength training can help all of those. Strength training can help with your rapid weight loss because you most likely, like I said, you're losing muscle, but if you strength train, you actually build more muscle, your weight will go up. Postmenopausal, all the literature says it now, you should be weightlifting. Should be strength training, Family history, probably most likely your family, they're not active, they're not strength training, especially being a woman. Back then it was frowned upon for women to lift weights. Even to this day, still kind of frowned upon, but that idea, the ideology, the way of thinking that's changing. Low BMI, if you put more muscle mass on, your weight will be a lot higher, so your BMI would be a lot higher. You know what I'm so just kind of want to touch on those real quick. But anyway, let's finish this video.
Prescribers should not be increasing your dose of your
Mhm.
GLP-1 willy-nilly. If you're losing weight on the current dose, why go up? There's no need to lose weight rapidly because that's just not good for overall health in general. I also
And sorry, I'm just gonna cut off again. But that's the thing. When you go on a proper diet, you have to go different phases. You usually drop 500 calories. Let's say when we're trying to find your maintenance, you drop 500 calories. Okay, you're losing weight, reach a plateau, which takes about 6 weeks maybe. Then you drop it down again. So that's what she's saying. That's what they should be doing. Put the injection, start taking the injection a certain dosage. Then when you stop losing weight, then you increase the dosage. Then you increase the dosage when you reach those plateaus, you know. And I agree with
I
her.
want to say that usually between the ages of 20 and 30, women have their bone density set. There are things that can be done to preserve bone density, and there are medications that can be taken to possibly increase bone density a tiny bit. But usually between the ages of 20 and 30, your bone density is your bone density. So if you are a young woman and you're not drinking any milk, if you're not eating any dairy, you are at risk to have just a lower bone density in general, and especially if you're very thin. So I would recommend, if you are a young woman, that you're getting enough calcium and vitamin D. Citracal and Caltrate are two options that I like. I actually especially like Citracal because you don't have to take it with food. And so if you're a young woman, and you're not doing dairy at all, you're at risk for lower bone density just in general. And you have a window of opportunity that you need to take, and you need to try to build your bone density to the highest level that you can.
What is? She's not mentioning strength training. I don't like that. I kind of like everything she's saying, but she's not mentioning strength training. Oh man. Anyway, I'll let me let her finish.
Before you start to age and start to begin losing bone density. Also, exercise. Weight bearing exercise is another way that you can help preserve bone density throughout your entire life, but especially when you're losing weight. I also want to tell the women that are premenopausal out there that if you are not having a regular period, you are also at risk for developing osteoporosis. Estrogen and progesterone are wonderful hormones. They're protective of our heart, they're protective of our bones. And so if your bones are not getting washed with estrogen and progesterone every month because you're not having a period, that's something that you need to go talk to your doctor about. My prediction is that for this young woman, she lost weight rapidly. She had not gotten the proper nutrition throughout her childhood and early adulthood. And probably because of the rapid weight loss and the stress that she put her body in, she probably was not having regular periods as well. I do appreciate that this woman spotlights that these medications are not to be played with. They're not for the casual dieter that's looking to lose 5 to 10 pounds. These are powerful medications that are used for the treatment of obesity. If you're getting them from an unreliable source or for someone that doesn't know how to use them correctly, you're setting yourself up for long-term consequences that could be negative and permanent. I hope that helps. I hope that clears up some misconceptions. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, so I like what she had to say. I really do. And I'm happy, like she mentioned, strength training, fantastic. Now, my opinion when it comes to no periods, people, if you do some, actually, believe it or not, some people that over-exercise, like she said about under eating, you might not get your period because you're under eating. But some people that over-exercise actually can miss their period or not have periods because of the fact the body's under so much stress by not resting and not doing the proper nutrition as well. So I like the fact that she said that. So my opinion, overall, honest opinion when it comes to Ozempic or any of these pills or shots, the fact of the matter is, I think it's a tool. I think that you should use it, not abuse it, but I think that you should have understanding that it's helping you with that diet phase and helping you calm down your hunger and eating excess food. That's what I think what Ozempic is or any of these shots are. It's supposed to help you, guide you, have you. It's pretty much like intermittent fasting, right? You're limited with when you can eat. Okay, that's what this thing is doing. Is actually getting inside your head and saying, no, you're not hungry. You don't need to eat. You know what I'm saying? But you should you still should eat. People think eating less meaning that means eating healthy. That's not the case. Okay, and then certain things starts to happen in your system. All right, so for example, when you stress your muscle, when you strength train, do a push-up. Okay, you're working the chest muscles. You're building those muscles, but those bones around the muscles, I should say, those muscles on the bone is actually getting stronger too, and that's how you get strong bones. So if you're not doing a resistance training to pull against the muscle, which makes it stronger, the bones are getting stronger. But then if you're not giving protein, not giving calcium, those kind of things for your bones and protein for your muscles, actually there's calcium that needs to be in your muscles as well, but for function firing. But anyway, if you don't have those nutrients, you're not going to build muscle anyway. So you have to resistance train and you have to eat accordingly, eat properly. Okay. Like I said, I just think that Ozempic and Manjaro, whatever, it's just reprogramming your mind to let you realize that, hey, I don't need to eat when foods are available. I don't need to eat, like when I'm bored. I don't need to do that. That's what I feel like Ozempic is for. Those shots are for. That's what it's for, in my opinion. Okay. And I think it's, a lot of, other health professionals could agree with that or should agree with that. It's just to reprogram your mind to get away from that idea of I need to eat, I need to eat, I need to eat. Okay? Because we face the facts, there's a lot of chemicals in our food nowadays that's making us addictive to it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, just understand when it comes to Ozempic, like I said, it's a tool, a nutrition dieting tool, but it should not replace exercise. It cannot, there's nothing that will replace resistant exercise at all. Okay, and like I said, the more and more literature out there is showing that women, especially everybody, doesn't matter who you are, should strength train. Build your muscles, build your bones, build a lot of stuff. Okay, confidence and all that kind of jazz. Cardio is fantastic, yeah, but you got to do strength training. You got to strength train. All right, ladies. Anyway, thanks so much for watching me. I hope this helped a lot of you. It's really important you get educated when it comes to this stuff. I work with clients that have done or are on Ozempic, and I don't have a problem with it. But just understand it's a tool. You still have to strength train, all right, or workout, exercise. Alrighty. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I would love for you guys to just subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really love to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Remember, put your health and your nutrition first. Don't neglect it. It's a decision you will never regret. Okay? Have a good one.